push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snoot full, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Second down, it's Kamara again.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Here's Winston. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback. Throwing to start the drive. Franklin will find his man, Terrace Marshall, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Operating from the gun, Franklin. That's complete. Again, he's got Marshall. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Looking to throw. Franklin. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. To get in there and drop it.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, the competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. About 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first run of this game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. One of those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive.
And they are back to 500 now. The win last week, their 3rd in a row. And the question, is this run coming too late to make a difference in the playoff race?
Great question. They definitely still have some work to do, but I think a lot of folks were writing this team off about 3 weeks ago, even some of their own fans. So I suggest you put some extra shots on the old bandwagon because this team has rebounded.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Winston to the right side and complete to Thomas. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
Winston to Thomas there for the Saints' first down.
Here's a man defense out to the out, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
These two division rivals, a couple of late games on the schedule this year. Their first meeting, you might remember, was back in Week 10. And it was the visiting Saints who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in New Orleans.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
That's going to be caught along the sideline. What a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Back to the ground, it's Kamara. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Not much there, maybe a couple as he's taken down at the 40. Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on 3rd. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. Now allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely, frees up your guys elsewhere.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And tough sledding.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Back to throw. Franklin. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Marshall. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 25-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Throwing on first down. Franklin.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Off-play action. Franklin. For Marshall, that's complete. And they work this near the 5. They'll be stopped at the 6. 4 catches now on this drive alone. They can't stop him. It's another first down.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
Caught on the slant. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense...
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers.
Terrace Marshall.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And the lead grows to 10-0. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it's Terrace Marshall who's able to cap things off with a touchdown.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Jameis to throw it. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. He'll get 15 and a Saints 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
A 2nd down throw for Winston. They'll get this. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Panthers. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll be 2nd down. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. Oh, nice move. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Franklin. He's got a man. That's Marshall.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Franklin going back to Marshall. He's got him again.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st down, Franklin. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner 1st half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
They'll look to throw again.
He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch. It's still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. Able to slither by. And he'll be taken down with a 1st down as they get about 14 out of that one. And we go to the 2-minute warning. Looking to throw. Franklin. He's got it for a Panther touchdown.
Terrace Marshall with his second touchdown here in this first half. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0.
Saints nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
But no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think
Yeah.
you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On play action, Winston. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. And they're going to speed things up here. Another try after the first down sack. Winston, Ebron with it over the middle. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 3rd and long for Winston. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and the deficit will stay at 3 scores.
And now 2 problems as I see it. First, you missed the kick, which granted was a long one. But second, you set the other guys up with great field position and enough time to maybe get downfield and get a field goal attempt of their own.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Offensive line wasn't set. There's the flag, and 5 yards back they go.
Quarterback has to look around and make sure that his team is ready to go. Sometimes the quarterbacks go faster than is necessary.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. He finds his man, complete. It's Marshall. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Throwing on 1st down. Franklin. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw again. Franklin. That's caught. It's Shi Smith. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. It's the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. This offense gets set for the next series. We get a peek at Terrace Marshall, who leads them onto the field. He's having a day here in quarter number 3. Over 100 yards, couple touchdowns. Every receiver's hope for when they head into that game in the National Football League.
And his team is loving what he's giving them. Of course, the yardage is terrific, but I think it's what you mentioned, the 2 touchdowns. That's the big one because he's paying off his results downfield.
And still more time here. Third quarter, we'll see what else he has in store for us. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. Back to throw. Franklin. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to look deep for more. And he's got it inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That one good for 37 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Looking to throw. Franklin. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Pete Werner. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be the call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. So here are the Panthers set to take over. Last week they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. On 1st and 10, Franklin toward the sideline, and that is a nice catch as he's able to tiptoe his way out of bounds. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. I he's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Back to throw. Franklin. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Panthers.
Tommy Trimble from 19 yards away,
As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27.
Saints, nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
A 10th carry for Kamara. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Taken down by Pete Warner.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Looking to throw. Franklin. But it's caught on the right side. It's Smith. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Ready. And cycle.
On first down, Franklin. This will be caught downfield by Moore. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 23 yards on the play. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Operating from the gun, Franklin. And this one is incomplete.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Off the play fake, Franklin. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Back to throw again. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back now here live in New Orleans. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4.
Strike. Strike. Ready?
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he is not going to get through here on try number one. They stop him at the goal line. Another shot from the one on second and goal. On the jet sweep, this is Marshall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Third and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Operating from the gun, Franklin, touchdown! Terrace Marshall, his third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Panthers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. On 1st and 10, Winston. Got a man, that's Ayuk. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Winston. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
Good reactions there defensively. Slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Winston looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The New Orleans offense set to take over. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Winston. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And he slides and covers up at the end. He's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Time now for Terrace Marshall and this Carolina offense to begin their next series. So far, he has the trio of touchdowns. Obviously, it's been a pretty good game for him.
So if this were hockey, they'd be throwing their hats out on the ice for the hat trick, right? I'm not sure exactly what you do in the NFL except applaud and continue to hope you see a little bit more of this. What a tremendous game.
You want to start a new tradition? What can we throw on the field?
I don't know.
Throw your mic out there.
A lot of fans would like that. Cut his mic off.
3 touchdowns so far.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get in the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run on the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
Now here's Palmer on the jet sweep. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd and goal now as they look to add a few more points here onto their total. On the ground, McCaffrey. Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So they're back at the 7 now for 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Franklin. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league. 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked to his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run, have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
He was covered by Dante Jackson.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston looking left sideline, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Winston now. Back to Kamara for another catch. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Complete to Alvin Kamara.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about